It was funny. The other day, I posted one of my videos to Reddit, kind of like advertise it, and someone posted and they said, "I don't click videos people show their face in the thumbnail." Like, what do you want, a cookie? Like, what it do with your boy Daffy? Today we're back with another Daffy's discussion. Now, as some of you know, I love me some anime. I love all types of anime. I like Shonen, the forbidden type, all that, man. I'm down with all that. Yeah, I mean, but there is one in particular that I like, and that's typically the shonen genre that I just mentioned. Now, the shonen genre is a little oversaturated, I would argue, at the moment. Kind of always has been. It's the most popular, it's most accessible. But I do think that there are really 5 key elements. I just shook my camera, I apologize. I think there are really 5 key elements that I think really elevate a shonen's level. I think really make it appealing to myself, and maybe to you guys too. So without further ado, let's get right into this video, man. But before we get into this video, do you guys know that over 60% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed and haven't hit the like button? That's a lot of people. So if you like the video and you like anime or shonen or whatever you like, man, I don't really care. You just you make sure you hit that like button, or I'm gonna come. All right, so the first thing that I would say for myself personally, I think animation is a major thing for me personally. Now, don't come after me talking about some, oh, bro, this is not shit that doesn't have great animation. It still looks good. When I say animation, I mean animation and art style. For myself personally, first impressions are major. So when I look at a series for the first time and it looks like shit, I'm most likely not going to watch it. Like, I'm not going to. This kind of applies to American animation as well, like American adult animation, because obviously you guys kind of know what I'm talking about, like those shows on Adult Swim that look like trash and are just kind of mindless drivel, you know what I mean? I think for myself personally, you can have quirky art styles, but I feel like they have to advertise themselves differently, if that makes sense. I think animation can give a series a very, very good idea into its identity and what it would like to be. For example, I believe there's a show I just saw on Crunchyroll recently. It had the My Hero art style, and it immediately turned me off because I'm just like, that looks exactly like My Hero. And it might be the same studio, it might be the same author, I'm not entirely sure. I think Mob Psycho is a good example of, you can have a similar art style, but it can be totally different as far as its identity goes. Obviously, comparing itself to One Punch Man and Mob Psycho, it's the same author, I believe. Number 2, I think, would probably be characters. Now, characters, you gotta walk a fine line with this. So with characters in a shonen, a lot of shonen, unfortunately, have a really bad habit of introducing a lot of characters and not doing shit with them. I definitely do think that, for example, like Bleach, for myself personally, it was kind of hard to remember every single captain's name because at some point they are significant to the story. So remembering every single person's name, it just becomes hard. And I feel like Naruto's author, Masashi Kishimoto, I think he did a horrible job with his side characters. Obviously, the main cast, they're fine. But I'm talking about characters like Kiba, characters like Shino, Tenten. Tenten is an egregious example of this. Tenten didn't do shit in the manga, bro. In the anime too, she didn't do dick. Like, here's the thing: Neji, Choji, the Shikamaru, they all had fights at the end of the part 1. Tenten didn't do anything in parts 1 or 2, bro. I don't know what this man was smoking, bro. He literally introduced Tenten to not do dick. Ino did more than Tenten, and she had really one fight, and her dad died. Number 3 would probably be world building. Now, as far as world building goes, there are some series I think do too much world building. For example, I think Attack on Titan, for myself personally, I think there's a little too much world building. And what I mean by that is, when I look at world building, I mean characters and different places that I can relate to like enhance the lore and all that good stuff. But the problem with Attack on Titan is it can just get so messy, is what I feel like. I feel like there's just so much you gotta keep track of at one time. For myself, personally, I think when it went over to the whole reveal of Marley and all that, I think it was a very good reveal. But then you start getting into the unreliable narrator aspects. You start getting into all this stuff with Reiner and his whole faction. And I love the cast of Marley. I do. But I myself am still fuzzy on like who this guy they killed in season 1. It was like a 10-second scene why it has so much significance. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I think if you take your time with world building and just go slower, you feel what I'm saying? I think that it generally will be better. Number 4, fights that matter. Now, I love me some good fights, man. I love me some good old-fashioned animation popping off, throwing hands, all that, man. I'm with all that. But I like fights that matter. So when I say fights that matter, I mean fights that have significant plot implications. You feel what I'm saying? So take example, the Jujutsu Kaisen prequel for the manga. If you have not seen the movie or if you've not read the manga, spoilers. So just skip ahead a little bit. I might post a timestamp. So skip ahead a little bit. So in the manga, a lot of people were there that weren't previously mentioned. So for example, Todo, Nanami, they were all there in the Night of a Thousand Demons, but in the manga they weren't shown. Now, whether that was up to Gege not creating the characters yet, or just mentioned them in passing, I don't remember if they were mentioned first and then added on later. I'm not sure. But for example, those fights weren't shown. Even Gojo's fight in the manga with Miguel, it wasn't shown. In the movie, they're going to show it, obviously, and I'm looking forward to that. But those fights kind of don't matter. It kind of like imagine like at the end of like most anime movies, so like most Naruto movies, most Bleach movies, they have the side characters fight whoever, but the fights really don't matter that much. Like they're usually like 10 seconds of them doing a signature move and it stop. You feel what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that doesn't matter. That's the kind of stuff that I'm just like, That's part of the reason why the Tournament of Power for me, I didn't give a fuck. It was just so many universes. I'm like, who cares, bro? Like, who cares? I think last but not least is escalation. I think that the God of High School adaptation was... Ooh. God of High School had so much promise. I'm spitting everywhere, Jesus. God of High School had so much promise, but oh man, you go from a Taekwondo tournament or a mixed martial arts tournament where people are throwing hands. It's like it's non-stop fighting. On, you know, not street level, but you know, they got some shit. You feel what I'm saying? To 13 episodes later, fighting literal demigods, bro. I ain't trying to watch that shit. No, bro, no. It's not interesting. I have no connection to it whatsoever. And I understand that this was not Mappa's fault. I understand God of High School was rushed, and when I say rushed, I meant it had to be condensed. I think they had over 120 chapters. They had to condense 13 episodes. Yeah, some shit's gonna get fucked up. Like that's just how it is. I think also another thing that I didn't write down in my notes here, I think is heart, honestly. You don't have to have the most complex anime. You don't have to have, you know, the shit that is just like, you know, through the roof animation wise. You don't have to have all that. If it has heart and it makes you feel good, it's a good anime, dude. Regardless if it's shonen, seinen, whatever it is, man. If it makes you smile and it makes you happy, it's a good anime. And yeah, man, that's probably gonna conclude the video for today. Nothing too long, nothing too crazy. Dude, my hair is getting so long. Look at this shit, bro. Oh my god. I have no idea what my hairline looks like that. Oh god. Yeah, my hairline sure is receding too. Look at this shit. Anyway, guys, if you liked the video today, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, hit all that good shit, and yeah, it's me, your boy Daffy, and I will see you guys in the next video. The cringe! Why? No! It's me, your boy Daffy, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.